Hi everyone, I'm FMGreeno, and welcome to the Greeno Tour, my FM21 European Journeyman save. Today we have a livecom doubleheader for you. First up is our Europa Conference League second knockout round, second leg, against a team from Denmark, and then we'll follow that with a very important Serie A game against Napoli. It's been a while since we were together last, and we didn't even get a chance to round up what happened in the January transfer window yet. So I think that's probably the best place for us to start. So it was a fairly busy window, to be honest. Quite a lot of outgoings. We'll start with the ones that are worth the most money, I suppose. Miguel Nobrega. Now, he was a Portuguese centre-half. We weren't really using him a lot. He wasn't as good as the players we had in the team, and a Chinese team came in and bid £21.5 million for him. I was happy enough to take that money and let him go out. Gregor Kobel, you might remember he started the season as our first choice goalkeeper, but got injured very early on, so he brought in Mike Maignan in the first transfer window. He was not happy playing second fiddle, that's for sure. He was on 93 grand a week. So I made him available for transfer. A team in Saudi Arabia came in and made a fair offer for him, and they're paying him 190 grand a week. So I think he's probably happy with that deal. We were happy enough with it. Off he went. Antonio Docena. Now, this is a player I probably would have liked to have kept around, but he was very, very disruptive in the camp. He's our third choice goalkeeper and came up through the ranks, and that's very, very handy to have someone in that kind of position who's actually come through the youth system. Helps with the European squad selection, etc. But he was being really disruptive, like I say. A couple of team meetings even about how we were treating him. So he had to go out the door. We only got about 2.4 million for him. Somehow or other Tottenham have got him, and he's now valued at over 10 million. I don't see that myself. But yeah, bit of a shame, that one. Another player who was causing all sorts of disruption was Gilberto Amado, our young Brazilian. Now, we took a bit of a hit in selling him, unfortunately. He had come in for 14.5 million some years ago. We sold him for 8.5. I just had to get him out of the door. He was kicking up such a stink about not getting enough game time, about the kind of training he was getting. And again, a few team meetings about how he was being treated and whatever. It just wasn't worth keeping him around just as a squad option. So off he went to Sheffield United. Would have liked to have got a bit more money for him, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Now, incomings. Not too many. Bjorn Uris is a young Danish player. He's come in on a free from Lyngby. Not a player I'd actually arranged the signature of. He was already lined up when I came in, and not someone I'm expecting great things from. Only got a potential ability of maybe 3 stars. So probably a player we'll keep kicking around in the squad for a little while. He might move on before too long. We needed another goalkeeper, of course. And Felix Gebhardt, you remember him from Köln? He has come in. He's played a couple of games for us and done all right so far. He's not first choice goalkeeper. I just had to tell him that to get him through the door. But yeah, I'm happy to have him as a really, really solid backup to Maignan. And he'll get some game time, certainly in cup competitions and the like. And this guy, Lorenzo Pellegrini. Now, Roma fans will be more than familiar with him. He is a club legend. Played like around 300 games for the club in total. And what a deal we got for him. I know he's 32 years old. I know his physicals are nothing special. But his mentals are really good. His technicals are good in the areas we need to get them in. And look at this. We picked him up for £625,000. Only 3 seasons after Juventus paid £57 million for him. Again, because he came through the ranks at Roma, he's a really good player for us to have around with the European squads in mind. The eagle-eyed among you may have noticed that I had promised in the last episode to come back for the Rome derby again, the Lazio game. If I'm perfectly honest, I just completely forgot and played the game. So, yeah, apologies for that. This seemed to have been the next best place to come back. So we've played quite a few games since we were together last. That was the Atalanta game, if you remember. We travelled to Cagliari and got a 2-1 win. Then beat Empoli in the Italian Cup quarter-final, 4-1. Bit of a disappointing result here against Sampdoria, a 3-1 home defeat. We just weren't at the races, certainly going forwards, that's for sure. And we followed that up with another 3-1 loss up at Juventus in the Cup. That Lazio game came, though, and what a performance we had. A 4-1 win, a couple of goals from Boadu. Really solid performance all round. Very, very happy with that result. Unfortunately, we bowed out of the Italian Cup in the semi-final. 3-0 home defeat against Juventus, 6-1 on aggregate. Not brilliant, but it wasn't really a priority. And then good form in the league since then. Torino, we beat them 2-0 at home. Milan, who are second in the table, went up there and got a 0-0 draw. Plenty of yellow cards, as you can see there. We were not scared of getting stuck in, that's for sure. We've beaten Monza 4-1 at home. Now, in the Conference League, we travelled to Denmark. We're playing against a team called Vejle, who are only 8th or 9th in the Danish league. So they're no great shakes. They're the Danish Cup winners from last season. We really rotated the team and only came away with a 0-0 draw. So there's pressure on the game today. Lecce went there next. Look at that for a result. A 5-1 win. Another couple for Boadu. He's complaining he needs a rest, but unfortunately we can't give him one at the moment. We'll see the reason why in a moment. So that brings us to today. Second leg of this game against Vejle. Follow that by Napoli at home. Let's go and see how we're setting up for this Europa Conference League game. So this game against the Danish team Vejle, I hoped to have been in a position in the second leg to rotate the team a bit. But unfortunately, the rotated team I put out in the first leg didn't do the business. So we're going to go in with a much stronger team than I had planned to. A couple of players do need a rest though. So Bradaric is out today. Armini shuffles over to left back. And Marisic is going to come in at centre half. We've brought Berenza into the team. Anderson has been playing in that role for the last few games. But as you can see here, he's a little bit tired. So we're going to let him drop out today and give Berenza a run. Cipolla here. He's been playing in the last few games in this Mazzara role. And he's been doing okay. He's one of our youngsters who's come through the ranks. So we're going to give him another opportunity today. Hopefully he puts in a decent performance. Let's go see how we get on. So I really like the look of this lineup today. We should be too strong for this team. Hopefully we can put them away. They're setting up with 5 at the back, 3 in midfield, 2 up top. So we might be able to exploit them in wide areas a little bit there. That's something for us to look at, see how the first 20 minutes goes, and maybe we'll make a tweak or two. Overall, I'm really happy with the form we're in. We're currently sat 3rd in the table in Serie A. Some distance off 1st and 2nd place, admittedly. But if we can maintain that position, that'll be Champions League football next season. And I think that takes us straight into the group stage if we finish 3rd. So that would be really good. Anyway, let's see how we get on in this competition first. The board, if you remember, are expecting us to make the final in this competition. If we get through this, that takes us to the quarter-final. So some distance still to go to keep the board happy. We've started the game well. Ball in from Trincao. That's not the best ball he's ever played, that's for sure. Easy enough for their keeper to pick up. We win it back now. Here's Cipolla. Mesquita. Oh, what a great touch that was. And that's got to be a penalty, hasn't it? Surely. I don't know why the ref needs to go and look at the monitor for that one. That looked nailed on to me. Let's see what he says. Yes, penalty awarded. It had to be. It was a great little touch from Mesquita, though, taking that ball from Cipolla. So here we go. Who's going to take this? Trincao. And he finishes it. Excellent. That's a good start to the game. Within the first 20 minutes, we take the lead. We do have to be a little bit careful, of course. The first game ended up 0-0, so we didn't get an away goal in Denmark. So if they get a goal back now, that puts them in the lead in the tie. So ideally, we'll push on and get another 1 or 2 goals. Kick-off highlight here, though. That's a bit of a worry. They seem to have the ball, knocking it around without too much purpose. Cipolla has pinched it, though. Misplaced pass. Here goes Mesquita running at the heart of the defence. Out to Trincao. Finds Lirola on the right-hand side. Will he get a cross in? Yes, he will. And there's Boadu, and it's 2. Straight away. 2 goals in a couple of minutes, and that makes things a little bit more comfortable, doesn't it? It was a very nice run here by Lirola. He wasn't put under too much pressure by the fullback, it has to be said. Got the cross in very easily. Boadu completely unmarked, 4 or 5 yards out. Nods it home. Perfect. Well, that's a perfect start to the game for us. So, another opportunity for us, building down the left. Here's Armini into Brenza. I don't know what Boadu was doing there. That's a very unusual pass, wasn't it? He's in the box and he knocks it back to the halfway line. Trincao. He's got space there for a cross. No, it's back to Lirola. Here's Koulibaly. Armini. Oh, great ball to Mesquita. Oh, that's a lovely goal. What a lovely goal. The ball into Mesquita was perfect. And he picked out the excellent ball. Again, Boadu completely unmarked in the middle. Taps it home. He will not score an easier goal than that all season. So that's 3-0 after the half-an-hour mark. I think this game is as good as done, isn't it? Oh, there's one more opportunity here, though, before half-time. Are they going to get a chance? Jorgensen on the edge of the box. Here's Christensen. Oh, that's a great hit. He's very unlucky there. Off the woodwork. A little warning sign there. We can't be too complacent. Away goals could come into this. But we're going to tell them that we're happy. We want to keep them motivated for the second half. And off we go again. So I'm pretty hopeful for the rest of the season. We do have still some big games ahead of us, of course. But I think at least finishing in a Europa League spot is definitely on the cards. That goal is ruled out for offside by the looks of it. The linesman had his flag up. So if we can get into the Europa League spots, I mean, that's an improvement on last season. I'm hoping for Champions League, though, that's for sure. Okay, so that has been disallowed. I don't think we need to see it again, do we? It was quite some distance offside. Here's an opportunity for us, though. Mesquita, no, he's tackled by Christensen. Easy enough for Kumbula to pick up, though. Trincao to Barenza. Switches it out to the right. Lirola into Trincao. Barenza hits it. Oh, it took a deflection. But the keeper actually saved it more easily because of that deflection. Slightly unusual. So there are a couple of players in our lineup who were complaining they needed a rest before the game. Boadu is one of them. Although taking him off when he's on a hat-trick probably won't go down too well. And Kumbula, the centre-half, was another. So they're the 2 players I'm thinking might be most in need of a rest. Kumbula's condition looks pretty good at the moment, though. Oh, they have pulled one back now. Right. That makes things a little more interesting. Quite nice work goal. Just timed his run well there. Kumbula, a little bit at fault, not tracking his marker there. Okay. Kick-off highlight. Oh, goodness me. I hope this isn't the same as in the first half, where we scored 2 in quick succession. Are they going to do the same? Barenza out to Mesquita. It looks like it's a highlight for us. That's a penalty. That's got to be another penalty. And I think I've got it set up so that Boadu will take this because he's already scored 2 goals. Let's take a look what the referee says. I can't see this not being given, can you? Here's the decision. It is a penalty. And let's see if Boadu is taking it. I think he is, yep. And there's his hat-trick. So I can happily take him off now. In fact, we're going to do that pretty much straight away. We don't have a genuine striker on the bench, unfortunately. But we do have a couple of players who can play up there. Let's put Nuno Santos on there. And we're going to take Kumbula out. And we have a direct replacement for him in Velukovic. Okay. Boadu doesn't seem to have left the pitch yet. Or is this another penalty? Is this another penalty? No. It looked like it might be, didn't it? Okay, so half an hour left to go. Very, very dominant performance from us so far. Mesquita, oh, goodness me. He is lethal when he makes those little runs, cutting in off the flank. He dribbles so nicely. If only his finishing was a little bit better, he would score an absolute hatful of goals. The highlights keep coming here. Here's Mosquito. Oh, that's going to be a red card. Second yellow. So we're in the last knockings now. Probably not much more going to happen. Our XG, 4.18, and we've only scored 4 goals. Obviously, someone's not had their shooting boots on today. But there it is. It's a 4-1 win. We're through to the next round. Before we head off for the Napoli game, we do have the draws for the Conference League. In fact, they're going to do the quarterfinal and the semi-final draws at the same time. So let's go and take a look at the teams that are available for us to play against. We've got Burnley, Eintracht Frankfurt, Steaua Bucharest, Karabakh, Rio Ave, Slavia Prague, and Valencia. So some fairly big teams in there. A couple I'd like to avoid, that's for sure. But let's see who we end up against. So that's Steaua Bucharest against Frankfurt, Rio Ave against Valencia, an Iberian derby of sorts. So ideally we'll avoid Burnley here. But we'll see. Roma v Burnley. Oh dear, the FM gods once again. Why do I do it to myself? Let's have a look at Burnley. Oh, they're only 15th in the Premier League. But they're a decent enough side, I suppose. Got Andy Robertson at left back. That's someone we're going to have to look out for. So, Karabakh or Slavia Prague is who would be waiting for us in the semi-final if we get past Burnley. I think that's probably the better of the draws we could have had in that round. But Burnley are going to be a tough proposition. And so, on to the Napoli game. Made 3 changes to the lineup today. Bradaric has come back in at left back. Pellegrini is going to come and play in the deep lying playmaker role. Koulibaly needs a rest today. And they've also brought Andre Anderson back in instead of Barenza. Otherwise, it's the same lineup we saw in the last game. Get off to the stadium. It's good to have a decent crowd in. Still some available seats, mind, by the looks of it. We're currently top of the form table. We're 3rd in the league, as you can see here. So you'd expect people would want to come and watch us play, wouldn't you? But yeah, I can see a few empty seats. Need to have a chat with the marketing department. Find out what's going on. So, Napoli are an interesting side. You can see here, they're down in 10th in the league, which you would think is a bit disappointing for a club of their stature. They've got some decent players in their squad. Oh, look at that. Pellegrini, the Rome legend, has scored a goal. I think that's his first goal since he's been back at the club. So the fans will love that one. Little short corner routine. Mosquito beats his man, feeds it back to Trincao. It takes a hefty deflection from Pellegrini's shot, but it was on target, so it counts as his goal. Like I say, yeah, Napoli, well, they're down in 11th now in the virtual table after we took the lead in the game. That's not really good enough for a club of their size. They've got Thierry Henry as manager now, I noticed. So hopefully he'll bring a bit of va-va-voom into their setup, and they'll be heading back up the table again. Opportunity here for them, though, down the left-hand side. Not a great attempt at a tackle from Trincao, and a good cross in. And Gozzi scores their equaliser. That wasn't in the script. Let's see if we can sneak ahead before the break. Opportunity building down the left-hand side. There's the goal scorer, Pellegrini, on the ball. Under a lot of pressure. Just about gets the ball to Anderson. Mosquito down to Boadu. Oh, what a hit that is. Well, well, well. He's been moaning about needing a rest in recent weeks. We did rest him for one game. And he has come back with a bang. Look at this. Good little knockdown from Mosquito. And the keeper is not saving that, is he? He absolutely leathered it home. Okay, so we're happy with that. That puts us back in the lead, just coming up towards half-time. Another opportunity here, perhaps. No, that is not a great ball in from Anderson, it has to be said. What's their keeper going to do here? He boots it long. Marasic wins it easily enough. Trincao. Pellegrini looking for the ball down the right. A good run by Lirola. Back to Pellegrini again. Building quite nicely. Is he going to get a cross in here? No, he pulls it back. Now he's got a crossing opportunity, surely. Yes, he has. Oh, goodness me. I thought that was sneaking in there for a moment. Good effort by Boadu. Good save by the keeper. Just dribbled wide of the post. But this time, Kumbula, the goal scorer. He doesn't get many, it has to be said. He's a very, very good centre-half. But he is not exactly a goal threat most of the time. Another one of our short corners. What a great finish. Nice little bit of intricate passing too. Well, that makes it a bit more comfortable going into half-time, doesn't it? Trincao is tired, apparently. But a little half-time break. A couple of oranges. I'm sure he'll be right as rain again for the second half. Or at least for the first 10-15 minutes of it anyway. We've got some tired legs out there now, so we're going to make some changes. And in fact, we might even make all three right now. We can bring on Armenia at right back, I think. And then we've got both our wide players are tired. So Madsen Mesquita, he's had another decent game. Nuno Santos can come on for him. And on the right-hand side, we'll give Condemi another run. So that's all our subs done in one go. Let's see if we can comfortably enough play out the last 20 minutes of this game. Condemi gets the ball up to Boadu. I thought he was going to play it out left then for a moment, but he's decided to go by himself. Not the right decision as it happens. A good last-ditch challenge. Takes the ball off him. Here come Napoli. Here's Elmas. He's a good little player, North Macedonian. Interesting ball to the edge of the box. Oh, that's a nice ball, though. Oh, and that's taken a deflection, I think, on the way in. Osimhen, he's a goal threat. He always is a goal threat. I think he got a little bit fortunate here, though. It was a nice ball into him. Yeah, I think that took a deflection. Although it seemed to take it closer to the goalkeeper. So quite why he didn't reach it, I don't know. Oh, that makes things a little bit more tricky. We need to encourage the team. We might even be thinking about putting some time wasting on. With 20 minutes to go. I don't really want to lose this advantage. And here come Napoli again. And there's that man of Simhen. Out to Gotzi, the other goal scorer. Oh! Pulled it just wide of the post. Thank goodness for that. Oh, this is getting a bit tense, this one, isn't it? It is time for some time wasting, I think. Just half time wasting. We're going to stop overlapping at this point. I think we'll distribute to the flanks, but we're going to slow the pace down. And see if we can just play out this last 10 minutes without too much incident. We've got some really tired legs out there again. There's a lot of games at the moment, so it is starting to take its toll a little bit. Bula makes a header clear. Right, here's Nuno Santos. He should have fresh legs. That's not a great ball, though. Napoli can build from the back again. Do getting a challenge in here. Almas has beaten a couple of men. And he's on the ball again. Good ball out to the right-hand side. Oh, no. Defender missed a header in the middle. Oh, it's 3 each. Oh, goodness me. That's not ideal, is it? That's a really nice ball, but who was that? Was that Kumbula? It was. So he might have scored a goal, but he's definitely cost us one then. And so, back into the instruction again. Time wasting goes off again. We're distributing quickly now. I think we'll counter press, try and win the ball back. And we're going to have to go a bit more attacking, I think. I'd want us to win this game. Goodness me. How this has turned around. And since I made all those changes, we've had no efforts on goal whatsoever. I'm hoping this is just going to be an end of game highlight with them being up our end. Oh, it is the end of the game. Well, we have thrown 2 points away there, haven't we? Well, we're still in third. That's the main thing. But now only 2 points clear of Inter down in fourth place. So There's still a lot to do. If you're going to take a look at the schedule here, you can see we've got a couple of winnable, I would say, Serie A games coming up next. We've got Udinese away, they're down in 14th. Empoli at home, they're 13th. Then the first of our games against Burnley, followed by Genoa away, another mid-table team. So, yeah, with a bit of luck, we'll get some points on the board there. I think what we're going to do, we'll come back for the second leg of that game against Burnley. Should be an exciting tie. That'll be away from home. Lovely pies at Burnley, has to be said. And then we'll probably pair that up with Parma at home. Another game we'll be looking to win, really. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. A little bit disappointing with the final result in the Napoli game. But if you like goalmouth action, certainly no complaints about today's episode, that's for sure. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me. And if you've got any comments about today's episode or the series as a whole so far, I would love to see them below. And don't forget, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click that button and come and hop on the Greenobus. There's plenty of room for you all. Just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action here with Roma. Bye for now.